So we're back for the second quarter here in the ball game blitz, and we're appreciative of our supporters each week. This week the sponsor of our second quarter is Bell Shirt and Sign, 2 locations here in West Tennessee, one in Trenton and another over in Jackson on North Star Drive. And ball's nearly picked off by Ty Fields as it goes off the fingertips of number 2 for Zach Harris, as the quarterback had thrown it out there to Zach. It was Cole Nichols, just a little high out of his reach.
Well, it was a sure completion if he had put it just a little bit lower, but love that effort there by Ty Fields. 21-0 here, but he's still, and I don't think he cares what the score is. He's going to give it all he has, and he does it there once again.
A double wing formation for Halls, a fullback and a wide out to the left. A little confusion in the backfield as Nichols rolls out to the right, kind of on a bootleg play, but throws it at the feet as Peabody had that play well covered.
Well, here you see 2 passes in a row, and you think maybe Halls is beginning to feel desperate even this early in this game. If they do that and just 3-ing out this first half, it's going to be ugly by halftime.
So Peabody's forced to punt again here by Halls, and ball's going to go off the side of the foot, and there to down it for Halls as several of their players, number 62 mainly though, downs the football, Jacob Alley, and Peabody will take over 1st and 10.
Well, you know these starters want to stay in as long as they can. When you're up on a team and you know that you are able to beat them at almost any position, you want to stay in as long as you can. But I think we're going to begin to see subs here before too much longer if we score.
William Harris into the ball game, and he's running the ball out here wide, and holding is going to be the call against the Golden Tide.
You know, Paul, we haven't bragged on the referees this year. We've said a lot of negative things, but this crew here, I mean, they are decisive. They're not guessing, and that's what you like to see in a referee. They know how many steps to take when you're counting off penalties.
Yeah, last week we were a little challenged in our mark-offs of the penalties. We had 4-yard penalties. We had 11-yard penalties.
And they're moving this game along.
Holding is the call against Peabody, was going to bring up 1st and about 18. Bogus in the backfield, trips formation. Bogus is going to keep it, and he's going to have a gain of about 5 or 6 on the play as he's down at the 41-yard line. Tackle by number 70 for the Tigers, Triande Wells.
The middle of that defensive line seems especially susceptible to the run. We've seen Tavarian take advantage of it. We've seen Bogus.
Trips formation to the right side. Ball handed off to Barnett, and he's going to be tackled after a gain of about 1 on the play. Wells on the tackle again for the Tigers.
Seems like we're content. We kind of take some time off the clock here in the second quarter.
3rd down and 8 for Peabody. Into the contest is number 20, Tay Nesbitt, substituting in for William Harris. Gold formation spread for the Golden Tide. Back to pass is Bogus, and the ball is going to be complete down here at about the 44-yard line as Najuan Miller hooks up with his quarterback, and that's going to be enough for a first down, another food right first down for the Golden Tide.
Just a great job by Najwan, knowing where the first down marker was, even though it was on the other side of the field, opposite where he caught that ball, keeping his feet inbounds. Bogus with a great throw on the run. Excellent job all around there.
Back to pass is Bogus, over the middle. Goes the pass. A bullet is thrown in there, and jumping up high, making the catch is Tyler Gadlin. And just like that, we've got another food right first down as the ball gets all the way down to about the 18-yard line, where it will be 1st and 10.
Well, once again, we have a great throw and a great catch. There were 2 defenders in the area, but he throws it high enough, and Tyler's able to use his athleticism and jump and use those great hands of his and bring it down. You know, the one thing, Paul, we can't stand this week is, as we approach the end of the season and playoffs, is injuries. We hope that all these great starters that we have on offense stay healthy.
Barnett on the carry. He's shaking and baking, and he's going to go all the way in for a touchdown for the Golden Tide.
It's kind of like trying to grab a hold of a hummingbird. It's just almost impossible.
That's a good analogy. Trying to tackle a hummingbird is exactly right. So 27-0 in favor of Peabody. Sanders on for the extra point. Snap is good, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. And just like that, Peabody goes up 28-0 as Tavarian Barnett has his 3rd State Farm touchdown of the night. Peabody's leading 28-0, and we'll be back for more Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance companies deliver. If you're one of them, State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton can help you get to a better state, because she'll talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it, from cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton and officially get to a better state with State Farm.
If you have the audacity to believe that a financial advisor should look you in the eye when the topic is your money,
if you have the nerve to think that FaceTime should be the expectation, not the exception,
join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us.
Join us.
For 88 years, it's how Edward Jones has made sense of investing.
$28-0 is the score here from Walter Kilser Stadium on the campus of Peabody High School, as Peabody's out to a great start against the Tigers from Halls. And Sanders finally gets a good kickoff, and the ball's going to go into the end zone for a touchback, and they'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
Drew's kicked the ball about 4 times tonight. Each one of them have been unique, but that was his best one of the night. All we're talking about is we have this game and one more in the regular season. Tonight, Halls, next week, Greenfield. 2 teams that have somewhat struggled this year, and you know, you never know how it's going to affect your kids, but when you play these weaker teams at the end of the year, I wonder if that has a positive or negative or no effect.
Well, it's one of those things, if you've got kids that need to get well before the playoffs, it's positive. And Peabody Halls calls the timeout here with 9:31 to play. We'll take a timeout with him, and we'll be back as we continue this game from Peabody High School. You're watching Golden Tide football on E+6 out of Jackson and TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Whitby Family Clinic offers the very best in primary care, specializing in pediatrics, women's health and weight loss, workman's comp, Medicare, and geriatrics. Come experience the affectionate and caring medical service at its best, in a warm, home-like cozy environment with highly trained nurse practitioners, nurses, and support staff. It has been our pleasure to serve patients in the Trenton area for the past 20 years. At Whitby Family Clinic, we know it is important that you have a medical provider you can talk to and trust. We are devoted to quality care for patients of all ages. Whitby Family Clinic, caring for a living.
The wheels of progress haven't been very active lately. But because of business people like you, things are beginning to get rolling. And Regions is here to help, making it easier with the expertise and service to keep those wheels turning. From business loans to cash management, we want to be your partner moving forward. So switch to Regions, and let's get going together.
So we're back from the timeout that Halls called, 1st and 10, as they have the ball at their own 20-yard line. Tight end to the right in motion is number 40, and the quarterback is going to keep the football, and he's going to be hit immediately by number 86, Ryan White. I noticed number 67, Whitby's back there as well.
Ryan White's made some big plays this year. Again, that defensive line for Peabody is just having their way. With the Halls team that has struggled again, as we say, this year.
2nd and 12 from the 18-yard line. Tight end to the left, wing back to the left. Back to pass is the quarterback, and he hits the ball out here to number 85 and breaks loose. And he's going to have the ball out to the 40-yard line as Reed has it 1st and 10 for the Halls Tigers.
Some good-looking hands there as Reed receives that ball and has a good run after the catch. That's a weapon, and evidently, as we've seen so far, that's their biggest weapon tonight. They're going to have to take that off. And as he comes to here the near side, you have Tyler Gadling, who is several inches shorter than Reed.
Tony Cooper on the carry, and Buchanan misses the tackle, and he's going to have almost enough for another 1st down.
Yeah, the challenge here for Peabody is not scoring points. They have that great offense, but the challenge is how to play ahead. Now, they were able to do that with South Fulton, beating them 50-0. But Halls, I think, is a little better team than South Fulton was.
Well, this Halls team beat South Fulton, and that's going to be a face mask call against the Golden Tide. And number 50 was into the contest for Peabody, Thomas McElrath, and into the contest replacing him is another defensive lineman, number 72, Parker Reeves. I formation for Halls. Cooper gets the ball from the tailback position. Excuse me, that's number 31. And we can't make a tackle. And number 31 just goes in almost untouched, or after he makes a couple of good moves, KJ Broadnax. And Halls is onto the scoreboard.
Well, that's terribly reminiscent of what we've seen with this defense, and that is an inability to make good tackles. And he just runs it up the middle, through the middle of our defense, and put 6 on the board for Halls.
And the kick is up, and it's good. And so Peabody's lead is cut to 21 as they're leading this contest 28-7 here with 8:25 to play. Halls gets on the board, and we'll be back with more Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Rocky Top Barbecue, located at 414 East Eaton Street, allows you to eat in, carry out, or call in. Crowd favorites include loaded baked potato or tater, hamburgers and hamburger steaks, barbecue nachos, and of course, pulled pork barbecue. For your next party, get the shoulder pack, 17 to 20 pounds of shoulder, a gallon of baked beans, a quart of slaw, a quart of barbecue sauce, and 2 packs of buns for only $89.99. So come visit or call Rocky Top Barbecue at 855-0122.
Hello, this is Ed Norman, broker with LA Realty of Trenton. I want to thank all of you for making LA #1 in our community. We aim to take good care of our customers to the best of our ability. We know that's how a successful real estate firm operates in a small town. Please remember us when you need help or just advice about your real estate. Thanks again.
Number 35 is set to kick off for the Tigers. And the ball is going to be taken down here by number 89, Jared Penn. And Jared's going to be tackled after a short gain. And it looks like he dropped the football, and Halls has gotten on it.
You know, he had to be close to being down on that play, but apparently not. Referee's right there. This is exactly what you don't want to see with this Peabody team. You got to learn to play ahead. Keep the hammer down.
Well, Peabody's lost its focus here for a few moments as they just fumbled the kickoff after Halls scored, and now Halls has it again in good field position, 1st and 10 at Peabody's 33-yard line. KJ Bradnack's on the carry again, and he's going to be tackled.
Flag on the play. And
I believe they're going to have a flag on the play, and I believe it's going to be holding.
Tackle was made by Ty Field.
Discussing whether we will take it or not.
Waiting on the call from the official. As the signal blocking.
Ooh.
Chop blocking on the defense, which is kind of hard to do.
What in the world was the call on that play?
Blocking below the knees against the defense.
I didn't know the defense blocked.
I didn't know they did either, but I guess they can as maybe a player safety rule that they've got. Evidently one of the Peabody players submarined under and cut the legs out, and the officials made the call. 1st and 10 for Halls. Cooper on the carry, and he's going to be hit after a loss of about 3 on the play.
Well, you just hope that puts a little chip on the shoulder of the Peabody defense, makes them a little bit mad. I think they've been a little bit indifferent with this 28-7 lead. Need to get a little more aggressive as they were earlier in the game.
Somebody jumped off sides.
Looks like it's going to be against
illegal
Halls.
Procedure against the Halls Tigers is the call.
Well, we get a few yards of that back. Maybe I bragged on the referees a little early. Should have waited to the 4th quarter.
I was wondering if you were kind of feeling ill a while ago when you started
trying to give them something back after the year that we've given them.
Cardinals are down 4-0 in the top half of the 4th. Quarterback rolls out to the right, and he's going to be tripped up out there on the side by number 19, Jordan Johnson.
Well, 3rd and long here. Halls does not have a strong field goal kicker. It's really a crosswind now. There's no help the wind offers, so I would be careful. Number 85.
3rd and 14, maybe 15. Reed is split out wide to this side.
No.
And that's going to be Cooper on the carry, and he's going to be hit in the backfield by number 62, Grant McEwen.
Well, I don't understand that play call, but we appreciate that as he runs into that defensive line, 4th down. Again, not sure what they're going to do here. They're going to have to run a play. No, they're going to go for a 40-yard field goal. I believe this is the longest field goal we've seen this year.
40-yard field goal attempt by the Halls Tigers, number 25, Noah Goodwin. Excuse me, number 35. The kick is up. And the kick is good.
Well, this goes to show you that you don't always know what you think you know. It couldn't have been more than a couple of feet over the crossbar, but 2 feet is good as 10.
That's all it had to be. And so we've got a 28-10 game here with 5:53 before the half as Peabody continues to lead 28-10. And we'll be back after this short break as you're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Okay, I want to invite you to come join us here at Food Right, where we specialize in our meat department, our produce department, our bakery deli department, offer Western Union to send or receive your money. Our butchers in our meat department have over 75 to 80 years experience by cutting beef. We have freshness everywhere we go in our produce department. We just stock that produce every day with fresh vegetables and fruits. Come join us at Food Right. Thank you.
Need a shirt or sign and don't know what to do? Call 855-1812. Having trouble finding school polos and jackets or even your high school fan wear? Then go to Bell Shirt and Sign Company, located right beside Peabody High School in Trenton, Tennessee. Come check out their showroom full of high school fan wear. They even carry school-approved apparel from youth sizes, junior sizes, women's and men's sizes, with some styles and colors available up to 6XL. Need a shirt or sign and don't know what to do? Call 855-1812.
Pooch kick over to the side, and Jared Penn picks it up. Jared's returned a couple of kicks this year for touchdowns, and he's going to be breaking loose there. And so Jared said, get me off that sideline. Let me get back in the middle of the field and see if I can make something happen. And he does, Joey. Pretty good return.
He makes up. You know, you could just see it in his head almost. I'm going to make up for that fumble I had a while ago. And he shows his speed. Does a great job. Carries it past the 50-yard line.
45-yard line.
Paul, we've got a great crowd here tonight. Peabody's side.
Typical homecoming crowd. Everybody's good crowd, but very few people are interested in the game, it looks like.
Yeah, they're a little quiet tonight.
Bogus back to pass. He's going to throw it deep down the middle of the field. And a perfect pass down here to Tyler Gatlin. And just like that, Peabody scores from 45 yards, a touchdown pass from Bogus to Gatlin.
Well, you've got great speed with Tyler Gatlin, a great route and an excellent throw. Little, number 34, Luke Wilson for Halls could do, but watch a pretty play.
Beautiful throw and catch from Bogus to Gatlin. Results in a touchdown, a State Farm touchdown for the Golden Tide. And Drew Sanders is on for the PAT. And the kick is up, and it's good. And so just like that, Peabody goes up 35-10 with 5:39 to play here before the half. And be sure to come back as we have the kickoff in just a few moments after we take a short break for our sponsors. You're watching Golden Tide Football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
So, you're just about to treat your kids to ice cream when you get a Regions mobile banking text alert that your checking account is on empty. Bummer. Then you realize you can transfer funds and cover it before you get mauled by a pack of 5-year-olds. Unbummer. Let's say you're a typical American. You pay your bills, you try to save and manage debt, but now let's say you sat down with a Regions banker to review your savings and debt and rebalance your balance sheet. You'll feel more confident and more balanced. Nice. Regions Cashback Rewards is a new, free, and simple way to earn cash back on your everyday purchases with your Regions Visa check card. Just check your account online, click on Great Offers, and use your card to start earning cash back today. Yes!
If you subscribe to the crazy notion that the financial goals of a lifetime deserve more than a 10-minute chat,
if you believe your financial advisor should listen as much as he speaks,
join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and Think Time make a difference. Join us. At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
So Peabody's got a 25-point lead here with 5:39 before the half. Sanders is set to kick off once again for the Golden Tide. Gets a good foot into it again. Ball's going to be taken deep down at about the 8-yard line. And that's number 31, A.J. Broadnax, or excuse me, 33, Cooper, on the return. And he'll be stopped, and Halls will have it 1st and 10 at about the 27-yard line.
Well, let's see what the defense does this time. Kind of went to sleep last series, but see if we can get this ball back in a hurry. Put it completely out of range for Halls.
Cooper on the carry, and he's going to be met by number 5, Lamar Bogard, senior defensive lineman for the Golden Tide.
Well, and some of the teams we've played this year, we have seen them challenge us speed-wise, but Halls is not that athletic a team. They have some athletes, but again, number 85, Reed, is a scary option. Their quarterback does a good job, but they're just not as quick as our outside guys.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Reed goes in motion. They're going to hand the ball off, going wide to him. And there to make the tackle is Lamar Bogard. As Lamar is kind of breaking free, going to have maybe a breakout game himself tonight.
Well, this is the kind of game to have it. When you're playing an inferior opponent, just doesn't have the skill that you do, and you got to take advantage of that. Make the highlight reel.
Well, Lamar's been hampered all season long by injuries. Coaches told me earlier in the season that no one worked harder in the summer than Lamar Bogard, and then he had a couple of high ankle sprains and hadn't been able to play. So it's good to see him getting some good experience and good action in here as Peabody has Halls on the ropes here.
Well, I wonder if that was a defensive blocking call here. Let's see.
Holding is the call against Halls. You're right, though, Joey. It's not often you see defensive blocking called. And Peabody's going to refuse that penalty and force a punt from these Tigers. If they will kick it deep enough back here for Malik Dokes, Malik will return this football for a touchdown.
Absolutely. I'd love to see a long punt here. Good high punt.
Dokes calls for a fair catch. And so, Joey, that's what you wanted to see a while ago, and Dokes runs right up in the middle of a crowd and makes a pretty good fair catch.
Well, oftentimes, and I know you run the risk of bobbling the ball and fumbling, but you really save yourself a lot of yards. When you let that ball hit the ground, it can run 10, 15, 20 yards sometimes. So good job by Malik Dokes.
Timeout, number 2 for Halls.
And so Halls calls timeout here with 3:53 to play before the halftime. We'll take timeout with them and give a break and a chance to tell you about our sponsors as the Golden Tide are winning this football game 35-10. We'll be back after this short break.
Whitby Family Clinic offers the very best in primary care, specializing in pediatrics, women's health and weight loss, workman's comp, Medicare, and geriatrics. Come experience the affectionate and caring medical service at its best, in a warm, home-like cozy environment with highly trained nurse practitioners, nurses, and support staff. It has been our pleasure to serve patients in the Trenton area for the past 20 years. At Whitby Family Clinic, we know it is important that you have a medical provider you can talk to and trust. We are devoted to quality care for patients of all ages. Whitby Family Clinic, caring for a living.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism about just how much value their car insurance company is delivering. If you're one of them, State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton can help you get to a better state, because she'll talk with you, listen to you, and help put together a policy that has you written all over it, from cost to coverage, all backed by 24/7 customer support. Feeling less skeptical? Then call State Farm agent Amy Greer in Trenton and officially get to a better state with State Farm.
First and 10 for Peabody as they come back after a timeout called by Halls. Little slip screen out here thrown to Najuan Miller. He's trying to break free, and he has a stiff arm going out, and he's going to be finally tackled from behind by number 21 for Halls. Tyler Lumley slips in there and makes the tackle, but a pretty good throw and catch out here to Najuan.
Well, number 54 for Halls was what appeared to me blocked in the back by Trenton, but he was looking for a flag, and I was too, to be honest with you, but referees didn't see it.
Another food right first down for the Golden Tide as we have a trips to the near side of the field. Barnett is faked the ball and there to run. Going out for another first down is Bogus, as he's going to have the ball down to about the 12-yard line. And that should be enough for another food right first down for the Golden Tide.
Not sure how many yards Bogus has this year, but he has really turned it on. A lot of yards on the ground. Probably second or third leading rusher for Peabody, I would guess.
First and 10 from the 12-yard line for Peabody. 3:15 to before the half here in the second quarter. I think Halls kind of knew what was coming on that play as they handed the ball off to Barnett, and Barnett's going to be stopped, perhaps for a loss on the play. No gain, at least.
I'm just kind of feeling maybe a zip right into the end zone. A bullet from Bogus. We may see it here. Because Halls has shown that they can come back. There's still some life in them.
Bogus rolls out to the left and throwing the football out there. Interception. as Bogus rolls out there to the left and kind of telegraphed where he was going with the football, threw it right into the hands of number 25.
Well, he
makes a good play.
He had two guys over on that left side. Both of them were covered, and he threw it to the man that was most covered. Just a poor decision there by Bogus. I'm sure he wishes he had that one back. Should have thrown it away or run the ball out of bounds. Bogus has not thrown a lot of interceptions this year. Has a few, as any quarterback's going to have.
Halls will have it 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line. 2 minutes and 29 seconds before halftime. I formation, tight end to the right, split out to the right. Ball's going to be handed off to Cooper, and he has his tracks reversed immediately by number 27, Ray Buchanan.
Well, you can see that they have a lot of confidence in Cooper. They just keep running him. Evidently, he's been successful on the outside, making the edge and cutting it upfield, but not tonight, not against the speed of Peabody.
Well, the best looking runner they've had on the field tonight is number 31, KJ Broadnax, but he hadn't been getting the ball that much. Man in motion for Halls. The quarterback is going to keep it and going to have a pickup of about 5 or 6 on the play.
So you're going to have about 3rd and 6. Big call with 1:42 left in this first half for Halls.
Peabody calls the timeout, and we'll take a timeout with them. 1 minute and 42 seconds before the halftime. You're watching Golden Tide football on JEA E+6 out of Jackson and TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Rocky Top Barbecue, located at 414 East Eaton Street, allows you to eat in, carry out, or call in. Crowd favorites include loaded baked potato or tater, hamburgers and hamburger steaks, barbecue nachos, and of course, pulled pork barbecue. For your next party, get the shoulder pack, 17 to 20 pounds of shoulder, a gallon of baked beans, a quart of slaw, a quart of barbecue sauce, and 2 packs of buns for only $89.99. So come visit or call Rocky Top Barbecue at 855-0122.
Third and 5 for the Halls Tigers. And a misdirected snap. Maybe it was called that way, but they looked like they were awfully surprised by it as the snap came back to Broadnax, and he didn't know what to do with it, so he just took off running, tackled immediately, and Peabody calls another timeout.
I don't think that direct snap was in the game plan. The quarterback was the most surprised. I don't know if the quarterback or 31 was most surprised, but fortunately for Halls, he didn't fumble the ball. Fourth and 10 here. You would think they would punt.
Surely they will punt.
The punter has been getting good hang time, not really letting our deep men make a run on it. If he hits one, if they punt and he hits one low, you have to believe they have a good chance, like I said, running one back.
Great crowd on hand tonight for the Golden Tide, as these home stands are almost full, and crowd all around the fence line.
I think it's tonight one of the best crowds we've had outside the Milan game. I can see
So Halls is set to punt here on 4th down.
See him cheat up just a little bit, maybe.
And a high punt's going to go out of bounds. Or actually is going to be downed at about the 43-yard line, where Peabody will have it with 1 minute and 30 seconds before halftime, and that's enough time for Peabody to score 2 or 3 times.
Well, what do we have? One timeout left, 2 timeouts left. I think 1 timeout left. We talked about it earlier in the game with some coaches. We would love to see a field goal by Drew Sanders. He has done such a great job this year. Has not had a chance to kick one of any length.
Bogus rolls out to the right, and he's going to be throwing it down here deep to Tyler Gadlin.
What a beautiful pass that was.
At about the 13-yard line.
Bogus is such a good passer most of the time, and on the run he is so accurate. Just a beautiful pass. Drifts it over a couple of defenders' heads into the hands of Tyler Gadlin.
1st and 10 for the Golden Tide, as they have the ball inside the red zone of these Halls Tigers. Ball's going to be handed off here to number 22 for the Tide, and he's going to go into the end zone untouched, as Tavarian Barnett scores his 4th touchdown, his 4th State Farm touchdown of the first half, as Peabody goes up 41-10 here with 1 minute and 16 seconds before the half.
Tavarian, of course, has incredible speed, but he also is a smart runner. He watches for his blocks and really makes good cuts off those blocks.
Sanders on for the extra point, and it's going to be blocked as number 54 had penetration. Harrison Holcomb got penetration up in the middle of that line and stuck a big paw out and knocked that ball down, and so the score is going to remain 41-10 with 1:16 to play here before the halftime. We'll take a break before we come back with this kickoff as you're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22, Trenton's local cable channel.
Hello, this is Ed Norman, broker with LA Realty of Trenton. I want to thank all of you for making LA #1 in our community. We aim to take good care of our customers to the best of our ability. We know that's how a successful real estate firm operates in a small town. Please remember us when you need help or just advice about your real estate. Thanks again.
Peabody's up 41-10 here with 1 minute and 15 seconds to go before the half. Sanders puts a foot into it, and the ball's going to be taken down at about the 8-yard line. Taken by number 33, Tony Cooper.
Now, most of the time, unless that is a face mask, you would think that would be against Halls, but we shall see.
23-yard line.
A hold or block in the back? What's
Did they
the
throw
call?
a flag or did they throw a beanbag?
Well, maybe there was. I saw a couple of things fly in there.
I think he must have dropped the ball right when he hit the ground, because both officials threw a beanbag. Evidently, we saw something fly out that we thought might have been a flag, but evidently it was not.
Playing a little toss across with the beanbag.
Maybe they're playing cornhole. 1st and 10. And Murray's going to be stopped. Excuse me, Cooper. And a loss of about 2 or 3 on the play.
Nick Halls is milking the clock, waiting for that halftime to begin.
Under 40 seconds to go before the half. And Halls seems to be content to maybe just run one more play and let the clock run out until halftime. Reed is split out wide to this side. Wing right. And big fullback number 44 gets the football. Benny Moore. Going to have a pickup of about 4 or 5 on the play, and that's going to bring an end to this first half as the clock continues to run. And so the Golden Tide have had a good half the first half of this game, as they are leading this contest 41-10 here on the Ball Game Blitz high school television football show. We'll be back for the second half, and I hope you enjoy these bands as they perform as you're watching Golden Tide football on TV 22 and JEA E+6 out of Jackson. We'll be back after this short break.